Good evening. The Scottish Government's mounting a defence of the controversial assessments carried out on children in Primary 1, saying getting rid of them would be deeply irresponsible. Critics call them tests and want them scrapped. The Government's facing defeat in a vote at Holyrood on Wednesday. Here's our education correspondent, Jamie McIver.
By the time children start school, their literacy and numeracy is already developing. Children from disadvantaged areas can be well behind their better-off peers, and Primary 1 assessments are meant to show just what stage they're at and play a part in closing the attainment gap. But the row around them shows no sign of dying down.
Parliament is obviously going to have a debate on Wednesday. I don't yet know the substance of that motion that will be brought forward by the Conservatives, but there is a very strong argument for Primary 1 standardised assessments to provide the type of assessment of the progress that young people are making and fundamentally to identify what other support they require to support them in their educational journey.
So what exactly happens? The assessments are done on a computer and children answer multiple choice questions, usually with a teacher next to them. They don't simply pass or fail. Opponents include the EIS Union.
Our members have been very critical of the Primary 1 test because they feel that the test itself doesn't match the play-based curriculum that should apply in Primary 1. So the methodology that's used around Primary 1 assessments is inappropriate for a Primary 1 curriculum, and members feel that these should be scrapped.
The government's under pressure on three fronts. Principled concerns such as the argument children should start school at a later age, practical worries about the details, and of course politics. All the other parties at Holyrood now oppose the assessments. As things stand, the government faces defeat on Wednesday. But defeat at Holyrood on this won't oblige the government to actually change policy. Jamie McIver, reporting Scotland.
The Scottish Conservative leader Ruth Davidson has said she never wants to be Prime Minister because she values her mental health too much. In an interview with the Sunday Times, she reveals that she suffered from depression and self-harmed as a teenager. The MSP, who's expecting her first child, also ruled out becoming an MP at Westminster. Glasgow's Mackintosh building will definitely be rebuilt, according to the chair of the school's board, Muriel Gray. The building was gutted by fire in June, and many neighbouring businesses say they still don't know when or if they'll be able to reopen. Here's Nina MacLeod.
Following the second fire to hit the site in 4 years, the future of the GSA has faced speculation that it could be demolished or turned into a museum. But Muriel Gray, a former student at the school, told BBC Radio Scotland it would be rebuilt as a working arts school, and that was non-negotiable.
It's not up for debate anymore. What's up for debate now is how we fit in to the whole tragedy that's happened to the entire Garnet Hill community and the Sauchiehall Street refurbishing, and how we do that as a working arts school.
But since the arts school was engulfed by the huge blaze on June the 15th, this part of Glasgow has remained closed to both local businesses and, until recently, residents. Francis McKee, director of the Centre for Contemporary Arts, says they've been left in limbo.
It's very indefinite, and I think sometimes the decisions coming with that aren't helpful. So when they said, CCA is closed indefinitely, that's a disastrous thing to say to a business and to everyone that works with that business. So there could have been more thought about how these things are communicated or made public, rather than declarations that they can just remain closed indefinitely. That just doesn't feel like we're being taken seriously.
A spokesman for Glasgow City Council said the impact on people and businesses has been exceptionally difficult and agreed there was a need to work together quickly and start looking at the future of Sauchiehall Street, which they've already started doing. Nina MacLeod, reporting Scotland, Glasgow.
Tennis, and Cameron Norrie claimed the decisive victory as Britain won their Davis Cup tie in Glasgow. Norrie defeated Uzbekistan's Sanjar Faziev in straight sets, meaning Britain won the tie 3-1 overall. It was Norrie's first Davis Cup win on home soil.
Obviously I was pretty nervous coming into the tie today and on Friday, but the crowd got me through it, and it's always difficult playing your first home tie, but I learnt a lot this weekend, and just really proud of the team, yeah.
Weather now with Lucy Martin.
Good evening. Generally cloudy skies to come as we move through tonight. Further showers for the Northern Isles, Western Isles, parts of Highland, Argyll and Bute. But it will be drier for eastern and southern Scotland with the possibility of a few clear spells. While we've got the clearer skies, it will allow the temperatures to fall into the single figures, just holding on to double figures in the west with a touch more cloud. Tomorrow then, some early brightness for eastern and southern Scotland. We'll see outbreaks of rain spreading their way north through the day. I think tending to fizzle out for southern Scotland through the afternoon, the wind strengthening through the day, temperatures in the mid to high teens. As we move through tomorrow night into Tuesday, we'll see this area of low pressure pushing its way north. In fact, it's the remnants of Hurricane Helene, and it brings with it the possibility of some strong winds for southern Scotland. As such, the Met Office do have a yellow weather warning in place. Those winds could bring some disruption for southern Scotland. It's valid until 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. Further windy and unsettled weather as we move through Tuesday and Wednesday.
That's Reporting Scotland for now. We're back at 10:20 tonight. Until then, from all of us here, have a great evening. Bye-bye.